Y'all ready to clap? We back. FJ3, AG, and Mike Lee.
So many obstacles were standing in my way, but I never thought it was possible for me to lose my praise. I found I always had a frown, cause I let my problems get me down. But not another day. I'm the head, not the tail, live in heaven, not hell on earth. No weapon that forms against me shall ever prosper. If I speak to the mountain will move to the side. That I'm a child of the Most High, and I finally recognize I got bumps in the road, but I got too far to go, so I'm glad. I got my stumbling blocks, but I ain't gon' stop, so I'm glad. I'm breaking the chains, I'm no longer a slave, I'm glad. I'm letting go of my past, no more holding me back, so I'm glad. With a praise, y'all. With a praise, y'all. With a praise, y'all. I recall when I felt the weight of all my challenges. Thought that I was moving forward, but I was standing still. Instead of looking to the hills, I was blinded by all my tears. That's what I heard him say. Yeah. I'm the head, not the tail, live in heaven, not hell on earth. No weapon that forms against me shall ever prosper. If I speak to the mountain will move to the side. That I'm a child of the Most High, and I finally recognize I got bumps in the road, but I got too far to go, so I'm glad. I got my stumbling blocks, but I ain't gon' stop, so I'm glad. I'm breaking the chains, I'm no longer a slave, I'm glad. I'm letting go of my past, no more holding me back, so I'm glad. Oh, I got bumps in the road, I got too far to go, I'm glad. Yeah, I got my stumbling blocks, but I ain't gon' stop, so I'm glad. I'm breaking the chains, I'm no longer a slave, I'm glad. I'm letting go of my past, no more holding me back, so I'm glad. With a praise, y'all. With a praise, y'all. With a praise, y'all. Clap, clap, come on. Through depression, through low self-esteem, suicide has no power over me. I know you can make it, and you will live. You will live. Oh, yeah, yeah. You gonna make it. So clap your way. Clap your way. Don't you give up now. Just clap your way.
And that was Michael Lee with Clap My Way. Good evening to everyone, and I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Monday. And Mondays are always the tired. That's the like. I'm tired right now already. It's like you starting tired on Monday. Yeah, I had a lot of things that went on this weekend. I'm excited. You know what? We celebrated gospel recording artist Antoine Hilton had his birthday celebration on last night in New York, and it was wonderful. So another shout out to him and his birthday. Hoping and praying, and because God is on his side. And you know what? I didn't even say Pastor Antoine Hilton. Sorry, I need to correct that. Pastor Antoine Hilton. And because God is on his side, he is most definitely going to have a great year. Once again, I thank you so much for chopping up with Queen Alicia. Tonight in the house, we have another brother from another mother. Yeah. Martin Christie. We haven't spoken in a while. It's been a while. So we get to chop it up with him. He comes from the WVTC radio and TV network. So hopefully I'm saying that right. Yeah, radio and TV network. So let's get that straight. So we're gonna get both sides of the fence tonight with him. Go invite someone. Tell them to get themselves up in here tonight. Yeah, we want to talk to them. We want them to be not only spoken to, but we want them to be educated as well. So we thank you. We thank you. Thank you goes out to Martin Christie's friends that'll be coming in on my platform. So I want to thank you for coming in, and because I may not know you. So I thank you so much for coming in. And I also want to thank my followers for coming in tonight and being so wonderful and great as they always are with sharing and with just they take care of me. They come on my page and they also go in my inbox, and they're always, if they don't see me, they're wondering where I am. So I thank them. I just don't take that lightly. I appreciate every single one of you. So share. I ask for you to share with two people, because tonight, every single night is a special one, right? Every single night, not just one night, but every single night that we talk to individuals and professionals that are the ones that you don't hear from, that are the voices behind the mic.
We serve a big God. We serve a big God. We serve a big God, and He never fails. We serve a big God. We serve a big God. We serve a big God, and He never fails. We serve a big God. Ooh, yeah. We serve a big God. We serve a big God, and He never fails. We serve a big God. Yeah. We serve a big God. We serve a big God, and He never fails. He who created the earth and the heavens, He who created humanity from the dust, He who heals and redeems with His precious blood, none can compare. He who created the earth and the heavens, He who created humanity from the dust, He who heals and redeems with His precious blood, none can compare. We serve a big God. We serve a big God. We serve a big God, and He never fails. We serve a big God. God, we bless Your name. We serve a big God, and He never fails. He cannot fail you. All you gotta do is trust Him. God, we reverence You. Oh,
That was Big God, yeah, by Rhonda Crowder Muhammad. Go every, you know what? I want you guys to do me a big favor and purchase the music that is being played by these professional independent artists, right? I know sometimes it's hard for you to believe that they're independent, but they are, And what makes them really bigger is if we support them so that they will really become great. They're already great, but we need them to become greater. Tonight, we are talking to my brother Martin Christie. And in a second, in a second, you guys are going to hear from him. So again, go get your drinks, go get your Pepsi, go get whatever it is that you eat, go get your notebooks. You guys have a full notebook by now, literally. All right. And have a seat, right? And get ready to chop it up with Queen Alicia. Thank you so much once again for being here. Thank you. I see you guys. Hey, K Janae. I see y'all. I see y'all. Hi, Shanique. How you doing? G, what's going on? Stephanie, what's going on? Lavelle, what's going on? But my question is, did you guys share? Did you share? Yes or no?
Chopping it up with Queen Alicia, where every word is clear and true. From deep talks and open dialogue, join the conversation. Explore real relationships and pass the growth.
Chop it up with Alicia. The queen. This is the podcast you know you're gonna need, hun. Chop it up with Alicia J today. She's dropping them nuggets and stuff you really wanna say. On relationships and situationships. Married or single, and even if you wanna mingle. Chop it up with Alicia. Chop it up, the queen. Today. Yeah.
Discuss hot topics and let your knowledge flow.
The queen. Let's chop it up.
Entertainment and guests and the mix. Every conversation is a good connect that makes.
Let's chop it up.
Let's chop it up. We're giving some kudos to Tony D over there at Christian Sounds Entertainment for that wonderful theme music. Y'all like that theme music though, right? Yeah. Put it in the chat if you like it. Put it in the chat. Say I like the theme music. Keep the theme music. Welcome to another edition of The Voice Behind the Mic. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I am your host, Queen Alicia, and tonight I have the privilege of introducing a man whose dedication to music, ministry, and broadcasting has impacted many lives. Our special guest is Martin Christie of WVTC Radio TV Network. Martin wears many hats: music director, producer, promoter, songwriter, radio announcer, and musician. And I'm sure that I'm leaving something out. His passion for serving both God and the community through media has helped create opportunities for artists and ministries to be heard while spreading messages of faith and encouragement. Tonight, we'll go beyond the microphone to learn more about the man behind the voice. We'll discuss his journey into broadcasting, the vision behind WVTC Radio TV Network, the importance of supporting independent artists, the role of ministry in media, and what continues to inspire him to serve with excellence. So, wherever you are joining from for us today, we encourage you to like, to share. Did you guys hear that word share? And invite someone to be a part of this conversation. Please help me welcome my brother, I gotta say that, Martin Christie, to the voice behind the mic.
Hey,
What's going on? What's going on?
come on. Hey, sis, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. And we do want to put that little tidbit in. We're from the Only for Jesus family too. So
Yeah.
that's where we're really connected.
Yes.
We lost the big one. He was the molder and the bridge of the Only for Jesus, Robert Brown. So we thank God for him.
Yeah.
And the other day I was listening to my messages, and guess what? I ran across a message from him.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. And the funny thing is, uh, yeah, thank God for his life, the Only for Jesus family, his wife. Uh,
Mhm.
Continues to pray for her, as well as the staff, even the artists that were signed to the record label. So it's just a lot of moving pieces. So we continuously pray for them, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we do. And we still, we're going to be coming together sooner or later to do another platform just in his memory.
Yes, yes, we have to do that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So what is going on with you, sir?
Oh man, it's a whole lot. I can't even begin. It's just a lot going on, which is a good thing. Thank God, He still blesses me with favor that people don't have to request you. People don't have to be nice. People don't have to give you platforms to be on, because there's a million and one people out here doing ministry stuff. So it's good that people still want you.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what?
You
Let me
know,
just clean up because I said, did I say Robert Brown? Is Kenny Brown?
you did say Robert Brown. You
Why you didn't stop me? See, look, I be for real. My people know that. You could stop me at any time and be like, yo, sis.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I want to correct you on national TV. I was like, okay,
No, but
hold
you
on.
know we can edit. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, yo,
Okay.
you look, listen. It's just I got the Roberts, I got the Craigs, I got the look, brother. I'm looking at you like seriously. Kenny Brown.
Kenny
Kenny
Brown,
Brown. So
yes,
I
the
need to kick that.
CEO of Only for
Yeah,
Jesus.
and
Yes.
always remember, Martin, you can correct me at any time.
Okay. Okay, I got you, sis. I got you. I got
You
you.
know how it's a lot being on our minds. Like we got a lot to do.
Yeah, we got a lot to do for the
Right. But
kingdom.
I bet you one thing I don't forget, I don't forget how he was.
Correct. Correct. He was strictly a giver. I mean, supported everybody. I mean, and for those of us that was close to him, of course, his latter years he was wheelchair bound, but he did not let that stop him. He was coming to
Right.
concerts, going on cruises. It didn't matter.
That's right.
It did
That's
not
right.
matter. Yep.
I'm gonna come back to that because I'm thinking about something
Okay.
with him. But for starters, I want to just do it. I want to do everything in order. Can you just
Yes.
elaborate for those? I know I gave you a little short. That's a short sum up for who you are, literally. But can you, for those who have not seen you, they don't know who you are. Can you please give a explanation of who you are? Tell us.
Wow. Well, as the church folks would say, I was born on the back pew, in the church. That just means, for some of you that's not churchy, that just means the family is always involved in church, and pretty much I was there all my life. So that's what that saying means. But from that, I'm a music, of course, a music keyboardist. So involved in church, playing for church. Um, I mean, well over 40 years. Segue from ministry, if you will, playing for my father, who was a pastor and then became a bishop, prelate, bishop of his own organization. That transferred into me playing for, of course, local artists. So that's kind of where I got my hands in dealing with local
Hmm.
talent, gifted singers and musicians in that local
Hmm.
setting. Did that for quite some years, and God just favored me to then started traveling. with a play called Mama I Want to Sing.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, which is based out of New York,
Mhm.
New York City. So I traveled with them. I mean, Europe, France, Japan, just traveling with them all over with this gospel play. Um, Funny enough, because I kind of said to God, I've, I've, okay, so let me make this disclaimer. I have nothing against musicians or singers that do secular work because they do it because that's how they feed their family, that's how they survive.
Mm.
I have nothing against that. My statement or as I say request to God was, I would like to travel and do gospel. I don't want to necessarily play for secular artists.
Mm.
I want to do it in the gospel
Right.
arena. And I've said, and I guess my if you want to call it pinky swear to God was, if you allow me to do it in gospel, I don't have to do secular music.
That's right.
And he opened those doors up, and I started playing for Mama I Want to Sing, which took me all over the world. Transitioned to a lady called Queen Esther Marrow, who she was like the Mahalia Jackson of Europe,
Mhm.
if I want to call it. More that traditional style of gospel with a little flair. And that led me to a whole nother traveling to Switzerland and Paris and just all over the place traveling. So that's kind of where I got my feet into doing a whole lot of traveling. Um, Came back home after that and just decided, okay, I did enough of the touring aspect. Let me get back to gospel and producing artists. And now that introduced me into the lane of working directly with artists, producing artists, some management of artists, because most of the indie artists don't have a
That's
team
right.
because of the finance factor.
Mm.
So I got into it producing an artist. Once they were finished with the record, then it was like, well, what do I do with the record? So now I had to put on another hat to help them promote the record. So now I started doing promotion.
Mhm.
Then they were like, okay, well, what
Right.
next? So that led to, okay, well, all right, so let me help manage your career. So that led into that space, so I started doing management.
Right.
So kind of where all these little hats started taking on turns, and just God just blessed me with favor that I knew people in the industry. I became the New York State Minister of Music for GMWA under Bishop Albert Jameson, who is now the national president. So under that leadership, now opened me up to meeting other
Wow.
people, and then came the Radio Announcers Guild, which is all the radio announcers from the Gospel Music Worship of America. So those relationships forged me into
Mm.
radio. So God just again opened up these different doors and just kind of just led me to those areas. That's all I can say. It's just really a God thing, and just every aspect of that. I can go on with stories. I met a young lady online. She was from the CHH community,
Mhm.
Christian hip hop, and her thing was she wanted to start a label to push Christian hip hop, of course, her, and just open up a lane for female in that genre. And believe it or not, we reached out, we partnered. Her name is Harvest. I got to shout her out. She's in the chat. So, hey, Harvest.
Hi, Harvest.
So, so believe it or not, that was
Wow.
maybe 2.5, 3 years ago now. Now this year, 3 artists from the label got stellar nods. So God has, been doing some amazing things. She herself went to the second round.
Really?
Yeah. So God is really, really doing some phenomenal things. I have to give him the credit.
So
I didn't even get to WVTC yet.
So listen to this. So you trying to tell me you know how to pick them?
Well, something like that.
Is that what you're
Something like
telling
that, maybe. Because I'm waiting. Listen, family in social media land. I'm waiting for Queen to be on WVTC. That's what I'm waiting for. Okay, so I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we have to talk. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's been
just
a
been
while.
into their own thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so my thing is like, where did this? Were you like this? Like what? Like I always like to know. Like, were you like this as a child? Like, were you just so musically inclined as a kid?
The funny thing is, not really. I of course, because being in church, you're around
Hmm.
musicians and all those kind of stuff. Because that's my parents, where they were strictly church. So of course I would go to church like most kids do. And I sat there watching we're like brothers now. Tom and Everton Thomas, he's now a bishop at church, and he would be playing the organ. And I was like, man. And I just went home one day and said to mom, I want to play an organ. I want to play the keyboard like Tom. And she was like, well, son, I don't have no piano or nothing here. The only thing I have is an accordion. Now, you know what an accordion is,
Yes.
right? That's the only thing she had was an accordion because so I was born in England. So that's more of a British thing. So that's all she had. She said it's in the attic. I went and got it. And believe you me, I started plucking on that thing and got so good at it that I started playing it at convocations at the church.
Oh wow.
That's how I started.
So you didn't just throw that away and be like, "Look, I'm not doing it." I.
No, believe you me, a couple of months ago, I went and bought another one because I want to kind of get back to
Right.
it. So I went and bought another one, but no, I didn't throw it away. So from that, because one side of it has piano keyboard, if you will. So because of that, I decided, well, if I could play piano on this thing, okay, well, let me see if I can learn how to play actual piano. And then that's what I'm segue from that to piano.
Wow. So
Yep.
then how did WVTC come about?
Wow. So God bless his soul. So Mario still
Hmm.
has I'm pretty sure of him, you know of him. So he has a game show called Bible or Babble. So he invited me to go on this cruise, for the first time. So we went on the cruise, and while on the cruise, Mario said, okay, you need to meet this guy that's also into music and into radio and stuff like that, which happened to be Dr. Morris. So I met Dr. Morris, and while we were talking just face to face, he said to me, well, hey, I'm into radio, but I'm getting ready to start a TV network. And I said to him, oh, funny you would say that. I said, well, I actually just bought a subscription to a TV network. And we both threw out the name of the network, of the platform, and it was the same platform that he already paid a whole year for. Just like that. And he said, wait a minute, this is we don't believe in coincidences. So something here. And I agreed with him, and I said, yeah, we need to talk after the cruise. So we said, okay, we're going to talk after the cruise. Don't you know, the next night we went to one of the services on the cruise. The guest speaker, who we don't know, Apostle Austin, prophesied to Dr. Morris and said to him, you're going to meet somebody in the music space that you need to partner with. So now I'm laughing because I'm sitting on the keyboard playing, and he's smiling, and he's like, yeah, y'all going to meet, and I think you need to, do something with this guy. The Lord is just telling me that. And then he's like, well, so what's the color? And he said, I see purple. And that's his color, purple and gold.
Right.
So hence Morris fell out, and I'm laughing on the keyboard. And then he turns to me and says, "Yeah, you need to connect with him because y'all supposed to be doing kingdom work." Not knowing that we
Already.
talked the night before. And that was the confirmation we need. And right after that, we came off the cruise. He said, "Listen, I want you to build this with me. I want you to come on as my president of the TV network, and I want you to help me build this." And I said, "Okay, let's do it."
I was just talking about that today because it's amazing how some people, just like Harvest just said, that's the Holy Spirit. So some people, believe it or not, will never understand that because they have never experienced it and they don't believe it. They really don't.
Correct.
But
Correct.
it's real.
It's real. It's real because in our space, if you want to call it that, we don't believe in coincidence. No, we don't believe in that. No. So it was a divine thing that needed to happen.
Yeah, like my mother used to say, "Alicia, stop saying something told you." She would look at me like, "You know who told you." But I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes we want to dress it up, and I'm gonna be real because y'all know I'm always real on here. Sometimes we want to dress it up according to who we are in front of.
Correct.
I'm just saying it the way it is, because if we said that, somebody will be thinking, other people will be thinking something's wrong with us. Oh, there she go again. She's crazy.
Yeah, no, you ain't crazy. No, it ain't something told you. No. The Holy Spirit led you to a divine connection. You need to have a divine partners.
Right.
I mean, I always use this scripture, or I should say story, as a means in business, because when Jesus told Peter, "Okay, cast your net on the other side and expect a drought," he cast the net, it broke, but then the next thing was he had to tell Peter, "You need to call your partners because what you're about to catch, you can't handle." And that's exactly what happened. The boat began to sink because he couldn't handle the amount of fish.
Yeah.
So you do need strategic partners in the kingdom.
Yeah. And it's just like how Kenny had got all of us together. I didn't know you, you didn't know me, and literally I should be talking to you more than what I do talk when I do talk to you. But what happens is the enemy comes in and he has all of these distractions. You see? You're running to do this. You're running to pay bills. You're running to go get the kids. You're going to do this and all of this stuff. And now I'm busy. I'm busy.
Yeah.
But the people that God has, like Harvest just said, divine connections. There she go. She just said that. Yep. He's placed them there because Kenny, let me tell you, he was the truth, like you said. And
yes, he was a connector. Yeah.
And here he's sitting there looking after us, and he gone on.
Yep. He was, and I a couple of years ago, I realized that was one of my giftings. I'm a connector, so I can connect this person with this person, and it's all in the kingdom ministry, because we're not, as people would say, you're not an island by yourself. You can't do this by yourself.
That's right.
You can't. You cannot. So my ministry is ministry of helps. I connect to independent artists, whether you have a budget or not. I don't get myself hang up on that, because I look at it as, if it's a ministry, God will reward you for doing it with.
I want to throw something. You got me shaking. That's what we forget. But
I mean, I know we got to pay our bills.
You must have heard me getting ready to say that. I was jumping on the other side to say, hold up now. Some of us is like, I gotta pay bills.
I know we got to pay bills. I get it. I get it. I got bills too, just like anybody else. But if you're doing it for the right reasons, God knows your intent of your heart. So if you're doing it for the right reason, the resource will come.
My God.
It will come.
But you know what bugs me out is sometimes how you have some people that will spend the money on some people. This is what I have a problem with.
Mhm.
You know, they would spend the money on others, but then with you, they'll shortchange you and be like, "Nah, since you do it for free,
That's why
I'm
you
not
don't throw
gonna
that
be
word out there.
paying you because the work
That's why
is
you don't throw that.
back." You know, it literally does.
Yeah, and that's the negative connotation. We don't support. We. That's the negative. Just because you know you can get it for free does not mean the workman is not worthy.
Ah,
Just because you can get it for free. That's
that's
no,
right.
that's not it. Then find another way to compensate. If it's not actual dollars, you find another
That's
way.
right.
It might be a resource. Okay, I can bring resource to the table.
Right. Right. Explain the artist that was. What is it? What is the play that it was again? I forgot the play. What is it? Mama
Oh,
Wanna
Mama, I
Sing.
want to
That's what I
sing.
thought. Okay, Mama Wanna Sing.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
That was a good play.
It was that played about the longest running gospel play that I know of. Yeah, it was a very good play. I mean, the storyline, of course, Doris and Troy. I mean, that play ran so much until we've had Stephanie Mills in the play,
Mhm.
Pastor Shirley Caesar, Regina Bell, and I'm just going off the top of my head that I can remember. Just major people
Mhm.
was in that play. I mean, I thought by now they'd have turned it into a
Right.
movie. Um, that's how good the play was. Yeah.
So, what's missing in today's artists?
Whoa. Oh well, that's a loaded question. Some of it is the ministry component. Um, because I met if y'all hear a baby in the background, everybody, that's my granddaughter. She so that's what that is.
Tell her I'm coming to get her.
Some of it is ministry. Some artists are missing the ministry component. What are you in it for?
Mm.
You're in it to win a Stella. So then your priorities are wrong. You know, and I've had artists say to me, "That's my end goal."
And
So that's a whole nother
geez.
discussion. So part of it is ministry, and then the other part of it is with ministry, you need the provision. So, and the other part of it then is some artists don't sow into their own ministry.
Mm.
And by that, I mean, okay, if you have the finances to record the single, produce the single to the finished product, put the single out, then where's your money for marketing the single? Because you could get a product and you could take the product and put it in the supermarket and put it on the shelf. But without proper marketing, it's going to sit on the shelf until somebody find it. The marketing is what help a customer to find it, that the bread is in aisle 7. Other than that, it's going to sit in aisle 7 until it's stale, and another bread is going to
Yep.
come to replace that one.
That's good.
So it's marketing. You have to attach marketing, but most artists, they do from the beginning all the way to the where the single drops, and they just expect, oh, I'm going to sell hundreds of copies with no marketing. It don't work that way. And whether you're talking about social media marketing, or you're talking about grassroots marketing, or you're talking about a radio promoter that you need to hire to market your project.
Yeah. And still, Martin, you have to get out there on foot.
That's correct.
And go sing and make your artist yourself known to people.
You have to. Yes, you got to do the groundwork. You got to do the legwork. Yeah, you can't sit back and just think. And I've had artists again that sit back and want the manager. Well, first of all, you need to learn the business because a manager is not a promoter. He's not a booking agent. A manager just guides, give you counsel for your career. That's it. That's all he's really there to do, is to manage what you give him to manage. So if you don't give him nothing to manage, you can't sit there and say, well, you're not getting me into places and you're not getting me to. You didn't give him nothing to manage. And a booking agent is strictly what it says: booking, not management. So you can't get a booking agent and then want managerial duties. So you need to, you need to know your roles.
You need to define. And my thing is, if you're going to say that you have a manager, if I'm going to say, okay, Martin Christie is my manager, then let him do that.
That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. You can't ask for a manager, and when the manager come on board, then you're telling your manager that's not the way you want to do it. Then you need to manage yourself.
I don't want to listen. I don't want you to guide me. I don't want to listen.
Correct. Then hey, go ahead and do it yourself. Like, okay, all right. In today's world, we understand you might not have the budget to do what you need to do. So you might can't afford all these pieces on your team. But there's certain pieces that's just non-negotiable, for a good word. For instance, you did your single is out. You can't take your single to every radio station. That's just impossible.
Right.
You can't. I mean, unless you have, now if you got paper like that, then that's a different story. That's a different story. But you physically can't. And just a good analogy of that would be when you go to court, you don't represent yourself. You have a lawyer.
Oh.
So with that same thought in mind, if you want to talk to a radio personality, a programmer, a director, whatever you want to call them, operation mat, whatever you want to call them, you need in this case not a lawyer, but you need a radio promoter. He knows the right questions to ask. He knows what station does not play the genre that you're in. You're going to send it to everybody, and you're going to send it to a station that don't even play CHH, but you're going to send it to everybody.
This is too much. This is too much, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Well, the thing about it, what is sad is that we are, Lord have mercy, forgive me, Jesus. I know people are gonna, but this is something that has been spoken about with the radio station hosts. Mm-hmm. We have our home studios that have not been updated, but we say that we're a producer because some of us, Lord, Jesus help me, Lord, we want to skip corners.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. So
now we produce something, and guess what? We don't let anybody hear it, and guess what happens? It hits the right person. Now that person tells you like it is and says, "Hold up, this is not mixed. This is not mastered." Now, guess what done happened? We don't wasted money.
We don't wasted money. Correct. Well, see, again, that's 100% right. When I advise indie artists, okay, so it's like you have a Mercedes. You have a Mercedes car, and you need to get something fixed. So Tom, Harry, and Roger from around the way can tell you, okay, well, pull up in my garage and I'll fix it. Versus you saying, well, it's a Mercedes-Benz, so let me go to a Mercedes-Benz dealer and find out what's wrong with my car. Same analogy. So you got this person with a home studio, that person with a home studio, this person over a home studio. So you go to all these different spots to get stuff done. You don't vet them. You don't find out, well, what was the last artist you produced? Let me hear that sound quality.
Mhm.
So you don't do none of that. Okay, you are one of the voices in radio. So why don't our independent artists say, Queen Alicia, I'm gonna send you my track to listen to before I master it. Listen to it and just give me some feedback. Is it good? Do you think it works? Is the length right?
Right.
All no. So they wait until it's finished and then send it.
That's true. You know what? I have to add you to my list because I did my brother Leo with my Christmas single, but I let him
Mhm.
listen to it. I let about 3 people listen, but I got to add you to my list because I'm going to tell you, I'm bad on myself. I go around sniffing out what's wrong. What's wrong? And then when somebody says good, I'm like, no, it's not. Can you listen to that again? Are you sure it's good? Like,
Are you
just
sure?
don't tell me it's good because it's me. You don't want to hurt my feelings. I've already been there, done that. When I was younger,
Right.
I have thick skin. Can you tell me? Please tell me.
Yeah, tell me what I need to fix.
Right.
Yeah, you would want. And I don't get that. I would want somebody to tell me if it's bad so I could fix it and represent myself properly.
No, but this is what we have in the industry right now. We have those of us that's in radio that give their honest opinion, right? But then the
Mhm.
artists will still continue to make that horrible music. Okay, that's what we have. And they will go
Right.
out and they will seek other radio station hosts that will play it because they feel sorry for them, because they want to
Mhm.
give them an opportunity. I'm just keeping it the way it is. They
No,
want
you're
to
right.
give them an opportunity on the radio.
You're
So
right.
then you telling me, who are you to tell me that my music isn't good? Because I just got number 2 on the charts.
Right. You're right. You're right. It's a clashing. It's a clashing when it comes to some radio, like you said, some radio announcers will play it because they're trying to give the indie artists
Mhm.
chance, give them a hand up, but you're doing them a disservice
Yes.
by doing that. You know,
Yes.
listen, I'm a very frank producer. Because if you come to me and say, I want you to do my single, and I think you have some issues with your voice, I'm gonna tell you before we even start recording. Okay, all right, let's hold up for the recording part. I need to get your vocal coach. Okay, what are you eating? So I'm going all the way back there before we even start recording. And I have done that with artists. I have stopped them in their tracks.
Because you the
Oh,
truth though, Martin. You telling them what, because I'm telling you what's gonna happen. You're gonna do all of this, and then they're gonna, somebody at the top gonna say, who told you this was okay?
exactly. And you're
Martin
going
Christie.
exactly. You won't be using my name. No, you won't be using my name. No, sir, Bob. I don't care if you are paying me $1,500. Hold your money because you need to go
Yeah.
some vocal classes first before we can even start on the
Thank,
next level. No,
thank you.
no, we're just not doing that. No.
Right.
And I
I
mean,
say this all the
then,
time. It
okay, here's a pet peeve of mine. I'm gonna see if you on the same wavelength with me. Here's a pet peeve of mine. If you just did a new single today, all right. Now I haven't heard of it, but you're tired of it because you've been singing it a while. So why are you ready to start working on single number 2 when the first single hadn't got no national radio play, ain't been on nobody's hundreds of charts,
right.
it didn't make it didn't make no charts yet, but you're ready to go to single number 2 because you're
Second
tired
one.
of single number 1.
Right.
That's a big pet peeve of mine. I
Right.
can't stand that with a passion.
I'm gonna
And I
tell you
mean,
something. And of
mhm,
course I'm gonna bring him up again.
okay,
Michael Lee with Clap My Way. How long has that sing? He's just now getting ready to start something new. How
exactly.
long?
That's it's been almost 2 years.
That's what I said the other day. He worked that single. I mean, I'm saying. But why do we
Yep.
get so impatient And why do we want to be like everybody else?
I don't. I get it. I get it from the creative standpoint because when you're creative, you got so much music in you. God downloads so much stuff in you, and you just itching to get it out. I gotta get the song out.
Right.
And it's gonna be fire. And,
Right.
and that's the mentality you on. But at the same token, the money that you're gonna spend on single number 2, you need to take the money from that and promote the first single.
First one.
The first one. That ain't nobody heard but you and a couple of people.
Right. Couple of people and the ones in your little area. Circle. Or we thinking that all we have is the people on our social media page. Like really?
But the trick to that is though, you might have maxed out your social media. You got 5,000 friends. You don't maxed out the page. You can't join it. But I bet you if you post on there, how many of you gonna buy my single? I bet you won't get 500 people saying, "I'm gonna buy your single."
Right.
So then, what is your social media really doing for you?
That is so true.
I mean,
that is so true. Nobody saying nothing but Pastor Darrell Bass. They're quiet.
They're quiet. Oh yeah, Harvest. I see Harvest over there blowing up too. You test.
Harvest is.
Queen Alicia, you make a test of it. Get on your social media with your 5,000 friends and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm getting ready to do something. I need y'all to support me. I need 50 people to send me $1, and you're gonna see how many people send you $1.
All right, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. K-Janae, she's an artist on here. K-Janae, do that tomorrow too.
That's gonna show you the power of social media. That's gonna show you. Now, unless you're really doing some grassroots marketing with social media, that's gonna show you the power.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something. When I went over there to TikTok, and I mean, just posting some flyers that I was doing for myself, and I noticed that when I paid, here we go, paid. That drew people in.
There you go.
And see, that's your budget. That's your money.
Budget.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's your marketing. That exactly.
And those are the people you want to come in. You just thinking that I'm gonna just sit back here and just do my page. That's true.
Correct. No, you got to have a budget. You got to spend that dollar. And for some reason, most of the artists, I don't know what part of that they do not get, that if you're gonna spend money on the production side, you got to spend money on the marketing side.
It goes together.
It goes together. Yes, it goes together. 100% goes together. Yep.
If WVTC Radio Network, if it disappeared tomorrow, what impact would you hope people would say it had on the kingdom and the community?
I would say, I would hope that the impact that it had, it spread the kingdom message. Someone tuned into the station, maybe just come on there to listen to some gospel music or a concert, and just heard something that pricked their heart, that made them say, "Wow, I never thought about that. Let me really, go to a church. Let me really pray, because I've never prayed before." So that's what the real premise is behind it. WVTC stands for winning victory through Christ.
Oh, wow.
That's what the initials stand for. So it's solely about building the kingdom through the medium of TV and radio. Solely, that's what it stands for. We do have a secular component to it, because you can get on there and watch, a comedy movie. You can get on there and watch, football or so there is a secular side. But of course, you got to have balance with everything.
Right, right.
we're not Hikamashanda in 24/7 all day, 24/7. So
Right.
no, balance just like you go to work, which is your balance. So it's the same thing with anything. You can go to a play and enjoy yourself in a proper manner without vulgar stuff. So it's the same thing
That's
with
right.
the network. We have things on the network that could be just for family. We have kids show on the network. So we have all those components on the network as well.
Right. I'm laughing at Harvest. I wanted to crack up laughing. I was trying to hold it together. She says, "You mean to tell me like all we need is 50 people to send us $1?" So look, do it, Harvest. Let's
I'm
see.
telling you, it's a good tester. It's a good marketing tester. I mean, you know how people get on and they say, well, my CD, my single costs $199. Okay,
Right.
get on social media, ask 50 people to buy your single for $199, and ask, and when they after they complete it, tell them to come back in the chat and say done. Let me see if you get 50 dones. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Well, it's really sad. We have the famous AI out now.
Oh boy.
It's really sad. You got some people that would never support gospel artists or any artists. Now they're supporting AI. They just love it to death.
It's somebody asked me about that the other day, that if I'm into AI because of music and stuff like that. I told them no, I'm not like up on it as yet. But with anything, you have to evolve, because at one point there were no cell phones. So
True.
if you'd have stayed there talking about, well, I'm gonna keep my rotary phone, you'd have been left out by the time we got. You understand what I'm saying? With this age, so everything evolves, just like with music. Back in the day, I'm old enough to be around when we had cassettes.
Yes, me too.
So if you're gonna sit here and say, well, I ain't put my music on no CD, mine's gonna stay on a cassette, you would have been out, because there's nobody playing cassettes at this point. So you have to evolve with music, just like again with media.
That's true.
Back in the day, we only had black and white TV. I don't know if most people remember that. And you only had a few channels that worked.
That was mine going to college. I had a black and white.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? And so everything evolved. So just like with that, then musically, as an artist, you're gonna have to say, okay, how can I use AI in accompaniment with what I got going on? So you might use AI to help you build a business plan. You might use AI to help you with coming up with a marketing strategy. You have to figure out how to implement it into what you're doing, or you're gonna get just again. Social media wasn't always here. There was no Facebook.
That's
a couple
true.
of years ago.
That's true.
But when it popped up,
right,
everybody and their mama jumped on it and started creating pages. And now I'm talking to this one across the way, and then I can video call you on Facebook, and so it's just a way of the future. So with anything, you have to adapt.
I know. Well, you know what my thing is, I'm all for, like, they do the Suno and they say, but I'm all for listening to it and then making it your own, creating it to step it up a level and go as an artist. Oh, wow, let me hear that. But when you have an artist that just can't sing and then they're using this fake artist, I'm not with it.
Well, now you should remember back in the day, they had artists that couldn't sing, and they had to get that little synthesizer thing on their voice to kind of make sure they stay on pitch. All right, you remember that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I look at it as the same kind of a thing. I was like, all right, okay, so they're gonna use AI to sing their song, But to your point, I think, if you're going to use the tool, then after that, use it as a guide.
Right.
Just like with anything else. I mean, in our studio work, for instance, if I'm working with an artist and they sing something and it's a little pitchy, okay, I might have to go get an auto tuner, a plug in, and put the auto tuner on just to get them in the right key to fix something. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But when you overdo it and then the person starts sounding like a synthesizer,
Right.
that's overkill.
Now, my question with that, Martin, is it's when you do that in the studio, how is that person going to be available to sing that live? Like,
Let's see. Now, if you were working with me, right, I would tell you, baby, before we take any shows, you're gonna be practicing.
I knew where you were going.
You're gonna practice till you learn every lick that thing did.
Yep.
Because you can't fix it in the studio and then come out and then when I hear you live, you sound busted.
Right. Now I'm telling my friends, yo, did you hear her sing?
Exactly. You're gonna get one opportunity, and after that, it's gonna be gone. You got one time to prove yourself. And you know our gospel community ain't nice.
Right.
It takes one time for you to mess a song up.
Oh yeah.
And now with social media, they jump right
yeah.
on social media and talk about you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Last night on the BET Awards, it was awesome. It was awesome. However, I found about I think one artist that I was like, nah, if you're gonna do a rendition, some stuff you need to let it stay. Can you just leave that right there?
Or
right
do it better.
like leave it there.
Some stuff is like you said, authentic. So
Right.
you just need to just do it the way it was done.
That's
You know,
right.
but some people try to overkill a song and then you just do it. I forgot that saying. It's better that you do less and be invited back versus you do more and then I can't wait for you to sit down and then you never get invited back.
Right. So what mistakes do you see artists do when they're submitting the music to you via email?
Oh, well, some artists sends it with nothing. There's no picture. There's no artwork. And then I got to email them back. Well, where's the cover? And I'm like, well, where's the cover? And then they send a cover, and the cover is a picture of themselves. Like, this is not the cover. I'm setting the cover for the single. This is not the cover. This is a picture of you. I'm like, come on. And again, because I'm trying to help indie artists, most radio stations won't even reply back.
They will not.
Exactly.
Thank you.
They won't even reply back. So, but I'm trying to help our indie artists. So I'll email back, okay, I need the cover. And then they send me the cover. And then I put the song on and the song is not tagged. So now you didn't tag the song. So now I gotta, so I'm like, come on, people. I'm like, okay, can you please tag the song and send it back? Then I play the song and the song is 5 minutes and change. This is not a radio song.
Don't stop.
Too long.
This is what we have to deal with, y'all. This is the truth.
This is the truth. And again, to our credit, because we're trying to help indie artists, we're having dialogue. If you get the right radio announcer, there ain't no dialogue.
No.
You get one time first impression, and if you send the wrong email, that's it. He just delete, and that's it. He's done.
Right. You know, Shatanda was on, and she said that too.
Most of them not gonna spend the time to be emailing.
I put it right in the garbage.
I'm telling you, right in the garbage. I take my time because I know some of them, you know, put their hard work and hard sweat into this single. So I'm like, okay, I need you to send me a cover for the single. Then they send the wrong cover. No, I don't need a picture of you. You look nice, but I don't need that picture. I need a picture for the single. One person sent me the single. The single was titled something else, and the cover was titled something else. So now I have to rename the single and match the cover.
And you know what I
I,
think though now too? I just feel like I was telling my son the other day, a lot of things I said when I back in when I was your age, he's 17. I said, I didn't have it wasn't in front of me to it wasn't for I couldn't do it, like Chat GPT. That was not in my day. I said,
right,
so
right.
to me, there's no excuses. Um Chat
There is.
GPT it. Look, I made a single. I mean, ChatGPT is just I made a single. What's next?
What's next? Correct. Correct. Even if you don't want to ask, if you got so much pride, you don't want to ask
Right.
nobody. Just like you said, go to ChatGPT. Okay, what's next? What do I do?
Right. It's like
Yep.
we have so much at our fingertips now that we're not using, and then we want to make
Then I use
another
the tools.
excuse. I didn't know.
No, not in the 21st
Not
century.
now.
That I didn't
Nope.
know that doesn't work in this era that we're in. No, because it's just too many things. You could even go on
Right.
YouTube and YouTube it. Okay, after my single, oh, well, what's
Right.
next? It's just too many things that, like you said, at our disposal. No, no,
So, in
absolutely not.
general, what's going to stand out? What kind of artists are going to be standing out?
Well, the artists that have their business together.
Mhm.
You did your single. Your single is the right radio length. You know, it has the cover attached. It is embedded right. Which, if some of you don't know what those terms are, your ISRC
Oh,
code,
mhm.
stuff, your metadata, those things need to be included in the song. Okay, if you don't know what that means, it means when somebody pop in your CD or click on
Mhm.
your MP3 or whatever and pulls it up, it comes up with your information
That's
on
right.
it. That's what
That's
encoding
right.
means. And to top it off, if it ain't encoded right, you ain't gonna get paid,
They don't get that
which
either.
is what you don't get that either. And I know you didn't put all that money into your single to not get paid because it's encoded wrong.
Mhm.
So yeah, all of those things right there.
Well, you know that there's Lord forgive me, but
Just
where do
say it.
you think that tagging starts? Like who should be tagging our music?
Well, prayerfully, prayerfully you had gotten the right engineer because that's where your tagging starts. Once you mix it and you went from the mixing to master, they are supposed to be tagging your song. Now you need to buy your own ISRC code. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. You need to buy your own code because if you went to CD Baby and buy it in the little package, you're buying your code from
That's true.
CD
That's
Baby,
true.
from the allotment that they have. So whether it's CD Baby or DistroKid or whoever you bought the code from, you're buying it from their allotted batch of codes. So you need to go buy your own one that's registered to you, and nobody else is in that little thread of it.
Mm.
So all of those things, we it took us some learning to learn that, okay, yeah, you don't buy your code from these manufacturers because it comes registered to
Right.
somebody else, and then you're like a third party.
Ah,
They don't go up a batch, and then they sell it to you. So now you see that little chain right
mhm.
there. You need to cut out the middle person and go
Your
buy your
own.
own
That's just
code.
like how when I did my book, it was like that too. You know.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct. If you don't. I mean, you can do it. If you don't know what you're doing, of course, you're going to go to a publisher and say, well, okay,
Mhm.
I'm getting ready to publish my book. The publisher will
Right.
get you a UPC code, but then, yeah, then it
Yeah.
belongs to the
Right.
publisher.
Belongs to them. Right. Mhm.
Correct.
Mhm.
So I get it. Most people, again, if you don't know those avenues and things, then you just don't know. You just think, okay, well, it's okay for me to get it from a publisher or get it from so and so. Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, who owns
Right.
the UPC code?
This is a
And
lot.
if
This is a lot.
there's a
And
lot.
and
You once you start talking about intellectual property, That's
Right.
a big word right there, intellectual
Right.
property. Who owns the UPC code? Who owns the ISRC code? What about trademark? Who owns your trademark? Queen Alicia, who owns that trademark, Queen Alicia?
I was told that the other day. I was talking. I told you I have to chop it up with you because I do. I want to, someone's working on my music, and then I would love to work with you because I want to do a lot of producers on my EP. I just don't want to do, stick to one producer. I do want to do that. So if you have a song for me, you know what to do.
Oh,
We talked anyway.
let's go. Let's go. Listen, Harvest will she'll throw a couple of bars of rapping on
Right.
there.
So Harvest is cracking up. She's like,
Yeah, I know she's on there.
amazed at everything. So what is the latest? So what's the latest artist that you have up that you got going on?
Oh man, the latest artist. I would probably say Mike the Chaplain just did a collaboration with two other writers called a song called "A Power of Love." It's kind of like an inspirational song. So I've been pushing that to radio. And then of course I have a family out of New York, a choir out of New York called the New York Family.
Right.
We did a live recording last year around Memorial Day weekend, and we a couple of months ago we put out a single called "Only
I
Believe."
have it. Yes.
Because which I sent to you, which has garnered us a Grammy consideration. First single out for the choir, garnered us a Grammy consideration. We're preparing for our new single in July of this July of this year. We're planning on doing our second single. So we're doing some great things. As I mentioned before, Harvestigy, which is the label that Harvest is the CEO of, they have music that has come out. She's someone I need to get you on the show, Alicia, a CEO of a record label. She wears many hats, and all three artists from the label has a stellar consideration nomination, and she herself went to the second round of the Stellar Awards. And again, this is a new label. Not even 2 years. God is just doing great things with that label. Great things. So looking forward to some great movement this year in a lot of the things that God has been placing in my lap.
Yeah, let's listen to "Only Believe."
Yeah, let's do
Listen
it.
to that. Only Believe.
Let's
Thank
go.
you guys for chopping it up with us, with my brother Martin Christie. good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's real good. That's good.
Yeah.
So is this all you as the producer?
Nah, so it's three of us, myself, Juwan Martin from out of New York, as well as Duran, I call him my nephew, Duran Woodside. So we're like the lead producers, and Bishop Al is like the senior one of us, executive wise, Bishop Al Jackson. So it's made up of choir members from all over the city, from well, I would say 5 boroughs, but they're people from out of the area as well, from New Jersey. So yeah, we're just thanking God and believing God for some great things. August 29th, we'll be actually releasing the first volume of 8 songs, August 29th, and as well as the new single will drop in July.
You said somebody from New Jersey?
Yeah, we've had people. Yeah, we've had people. Because you know how singers are. They love singing, and if it's something that they really enjoy, they'll travel and come on over and be a part of the choir. So yeah.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So when you
Yep.
say excellence, what is excellence in an artist? What's that artist that represents excellence to you?
Wow. Excellence in artists could be a couple of things. It could be one from a ministry standpoint. You know your word. You know what you're ministering about, because it first needs to minister to you first before you can minister to the people. So you know your word in terms of how you're delivering the song. But it also deals with your character.
Mm.
Do you show up on time? Uh, that's why I said that could go a lot of ways. That's a whole other thing. Do you show up on time for your performance? You know, what do you look like? That's another point. What do you look like when you show up
Mm.
to perform? Is it godly? Is it Christian like? Do we have to tell you ahead of time? Okay, this is the kind of event that we're having, so please know this, know that. So excellence. That's a big order to have. And etiquette now means we gave you 5 minutes to do your song, so you can't come on here, praise the Lord, saints, and God is leading me. The anointing is so heavy. I need to tell you this. No, this is not the time for that. This is just not the time for that. No, that's etiquette. That's knowing what your
Right.
assignment is. Come do your
Right.
assignment. Come
Bye.
off. That's it. Bye. So so when you talk about excellence, that's wrapped up in a lot of pieces. And then, the big one is, what do you do when the spotlight is not on? Because I'm sure, just like you, I've heard of some stories, and I've been in the circumference of some stories. Because when the spotlight's not on you, are you still the saved artist? Are you still having that saved character? You still letting your light shine, or you're going off to the left
Oh wow.
because your money ain't right? I'm just saying what I'm saying. There's a lot of pieces to this excellence. Being a man of your word. Told me, you gave me one price and you said, okay, you're gonna come do this for $250. But when you get there, you're gonna tell me, oh no, I said 500. No, that's not what you said. So now we talk about character.
It's
And character goes on a whole nother one. You accepted it for $250, but you're gonna call me 2 days before and say, well, I can't, can we do 500? And then when I told you no, you said
right.
250. You said, what, I might, no, something came up and I can't come. So now now you're gonna hardball me.
Well, yeah, but you gonna always remember that. That's what these artists need to remember.
Oh, correct.
I don't
We
care.
always
Right.
remember
I don't
that.
care about the second song. Oh, wait. That was with my first song. Can you just give me like some grace, some mercy? Come on now. Let me get in for the second song. Nah.
No, we're gonna remember that. We're gonna remember that. Oh yeah, we gonna remember you told me one price, and then when I didn't agree to your second price, you come up with something came up. Oh, we're gonna remember that.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's even been like I've heard people say, that artists will go to somebody else and act just like you never did nothing for them. But then they gotta come back to you.
Because they don't understand that the circle is really small. Right. People don't get that. You won't know that I know Queen Alicia.
Right.
So you might bypass me, go to her, and then tell her some other stuff, and then she come back full circle, come back and say, "Hey, this artist, so I said, "Oh, I know that person did blah 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 blah." You just don't know who. That's why you have to be above board and be the same with everyone.
That's right.
Because you don't know who knows who in this media world. You do not know.
No, it's true. We really have to be careful. But
yes,
it's sad because it's just I don't know what to say about today's gospel artists. I don't.
Yeah, like I said, it's sad. I mean, but I think with anything, you have bad apples, and you got good apples. So when I come across a bad one, I'll just have to say to myself, if I did work with you the first time, then I'll just make a note. Okay, well, that's my last time, and that, because what they don't get is there's a dime a dozen artists out there. There's a dime a dozen artists. There's a dime a dozen singers. There's a dime a dozen musicians. Okay, I consider myself a good musician, but because of that, I don't wear an ego on my shoulder because I know at any point there can be another musician over in this corner that can play ring around me.
I said that the other day. Yeah.
So why am I going to be walking around with my nose up and all that kind of stuff and don't talk to people and no.
And I see a lot of artists like on social media. They, there's some that support other artists, but then when that same support needs to be returned. And that's what we're not doing. We're thinking it's all about us and we're going on. But you know what I say to that? I say that the real artists, are going to be the ones that are going to be for long term.
Correct. I agree with you on that.
I don't mind supporting you because God gave it to you. He gave me my own.
Correct.
I can't
There's no reason for you to have. Correct. And I've said that to musicians and singers. There's no reason for you to envy another singer. The world is big enough for two people to coexist. You have music, I got music. I play, you play. So what is all this envy and jealousy and all? There's no need for all of that. No, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. You got your own flavor. I got my own flavor. Listen, you walk in the supermarket, there's one aisle say cereal. Yeah. That's it. But there's chocolate, there's vanilla, there's chips, there's this, there's that. And me as a consumer go in the aisle and pick up what I want. That's it.
That's right. Stephanie B. Grace, she says character matters. It does.
100% right, because your character will get you in a room and allow you to stay there.
But some people will get mad at me because I say that. I'll be like, "Oh, they have their music came out. Oh, well, I'm not gonna play it because I don't like their attitude." And some people really get mad at me, but behind that, they're like, "Well, how?" Yeah.
Characters matters. That's correct. Because just like we were saying before, because your character, you might get hired for this gig. But because your character can either make sure that you're returning to the gig yearly, or your character can make it, oh, this is your last time you're going to be playing for us. That's it.
Sharita says plenty of money out here for everyone. Yeah,
That's right.
we don't need
That's
nobody with no little attitudes, and and we know them. We could listen. This is the thing, though, Martin. People have to understand when you are connected with God, God is going to allow, it to come back to us. Let's say, like he's just said, let's say, for instance, if an artist does me wrong, right, and goes to Martin, eventually it's going to get back to me, and I'm going to tell him, and vice versa, because we are connected to the same Father.
Same Father. Correct. And we used to do a thing like, okay, if an artist did something, we'll call Alicia and say, hey, you know this artist, blah 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 blah. She'll be like, oh yeah, I know this artist.
Yeah. I do it with Leo now. I call him and be like, Leo, do you play this so and so music? I will.
Correct. Because I forgot who I was talking to, and I said, that's why you need to have a true relationship with a radio announcer. That's why. That's another thing when you talk about the artist excellence. You need to have a good relationship with radio.
That's right.
I'm not saying, yeah, you need to, because again, those things goes a long way. So when your stuff come out, people will play it. But if you got a bad character, people gonna be like, they're gonna be turned off.
Some artists don't understand the importance of having a relationship with a radio person to get in the door. They want to do it themselves, and I'm like, don't think that you should do that, because guess what? They don't know you.
Correct. They don't know you.
You know, they don't know you when you sing, and they don't. Let me stop.
Correct. It's like you go into go back to that whole thing about court. You go into the court, you don't know the judge.
Right.
You can't just walk up to the judge. Hey, judge, how you doing? So can we talk? He's gonna be looking at you like, where's your lawyer? I don't need to be talking to you. Where's your lawyer at?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
That's the same principle. Same principle.
So how can they send music to you?
So, I mean, I'm very personable. So you can send it to my email, which is producer, just like a music producer. So producer, my initials, MC, the number 1 at Gmail. That's it.
Okay, you guys heard that. Now, do you have any words for any artists? Like, okay, so they go in the studio. I really think it starts before just going in the studio. I'm sorry, Martin. I say, can you sing? Did God call you? Is the right genre? Is this the right genre for you?
This is the right genre. That's correct, because those are all lanes that you need to know. Okay, did God call you for a national ministry? It might just be for your little area, if that's what it is. But if you feel, now I don't need to tell you that. You need to come to me saying, well, God told me I'm going to the 4 corners of the world. Okay. If you say God tell you that you're going to be ministering to the 4 corners of the world, all right. Okay, then the next thing you need to match up to that. Okay, well, is your gift, can your gift stand on that platform? Which brings you back to your talent. Okay. You might be, and we all have to start somewhere. So I don't never knock on artists, whether it's a musician or artist. I never knock them, because we all start somewhere. I remember when I just started playing. So we all start somewhere, but you don't just start and want a national platform right away.
I just said that the other day. You start small.
You can start small. Yes. So if that's the case, and if your end goal is the 4 corners of the world, okay, all right. So then we got to take a road path to get there. So let's start all the way over here. Let me hear what you sound like. Can you sing? Can you stay on pitch? Okay, it's not a problem if you got some issues there. Okay, so then we need to fix that. Let's get your vocal coach. Spend some time in that area before you even record the single. So there's your procedure. And then when you feel you're ready, then I'm going to get you another coach, because there's a different coach between a vocal coach and a coach that helps you coach you through the song. Because that coach is going to tell you, okay, I think you need to sing it this way or this
Right.
way. Verse is this
Right.
way. You know, why don't you lengthen the way you hold it? Hold it for 8 bars. I think that sounds a little better on this
Right.
phrase. So that's the vocal coach coaching you on the song.
I like that.
Not talking about pitch and breathing and all that. That's a
Right.
different coach. So there's a vocal coach for, which is another thing that most artists don't do. There's a vocal coach for your project that's different from somebody helping you build your vocals.
Yeah,
or
but
your
you know
voice.
what? You're gonna have artists say, look, I don't care what they telling me. You see, this is the problem. This is the problem. I don't care what they tell.
I
I'm gonna
agree.
hold it the way
I
I
agree.
want to
You are
hold
gonna
it
have
because
those
this
kind
is
of
what I envision. But why can't you just understand that sometimes God puts these people in your path that can see things that
for a
you
reason.
can't see?
Well, then to that I would say, okay, well, if that's the mentality you're gonna have, then you reap what you sow.
That's right.
So if your end result is now it ain't getting on radio, nobody wants to play it, nobody ain't
Right.
calling you, okay, then you need to go back to the drawing board and go listen to the song.
That's right.
You didn't want to take advice, so now so that's your end result. Now nobody wants to play it. You know, it got shelved. All those kind of different things because either the production is bad, or your singing is bad, or a combination of the two. So you can't complain about the end result. You're not getting what you thought you would have gotten because you didn't do the right processes.
Well, I just want to thank you so much. This is a lot, you know. You know, for some of us, we can't handle this. We just thought it would be enough. We thought it would be enough. You know, some of us think that, once we go to the studio, we spend all this money, go to the studio, we think that it's enough just to have it on some radio stations, and but it's more than this. It's
more
a
than that.
process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's really a process. You can't get a product and stick it in the store,
Right.
and then want everybody that walked through the door to buy it.
Right.
Some people don't even know it's there.
Yeah. But I think though, Martin, too, though, there's people that's in the industry that's making it look like it's that easy.
That's true. Well, yeah, because like with any industry, you have those gullible people that's coming in for the money. So listen, you pay me $2,000, we gonna get this single out. Everybody gonna know your name and all that. No, nope, that's not it. But that goes again with vetting. You need to vet the people that you if you're gonna pick up a producer, you need to vet them. Call around, call Alicia, call me, call somebody and say,
No.
about this producer, what has he done? He got
Right.
with his music, and that goes for
with everything, with promoters, with radio services, like everything.
It goes with everything. I can't tell you. I've used 2 or 3 different radio services,
right,
promoters, and they were all bad. Because some of them out here just to get your money. You start paying them $1,200 a month to service your radio, and they say, "Oh, I send it out to everybody. I send it out to 300 radio stations."
See, y'all, $1,200 a month. See, and y'all complain about the little bit of money that you're paying. Because I hear the rates, and y'all complain about the little bit of money that you
little bit of money,
right?
Trust, I've been there when I've literally produced artists that have paid over $1,200 per month, and we were on a 6-month retainer. And at the end of the 6 months, they wanted to renew the contract, and I said, "Well, wait a minute." I said, "Well, the first 6 months, we ain't got no traction from nothing."
Yeah, what did they do?
So that's why I said you got to do your homework. There's people out here that I always tell people this. This is a music industry, not gospel.
Right.
This is a music industry that happens to have a gospel genre. That's the difference. So for the most part, it's a music industry, and people out here to make money however they can make it.
Yeah.
Now we on the gospel side know that this is a ministry, but those people don't care nothing about no ministry. It's a business.
Right, absolutely. And they're gonna make money, whatever, by no any means
Any
necessary.
means necessary, we're gonna make
Stepping on your foot, stepping on your face.
any means necessary. We're gonna make money.
Any means.
There you go. They got their light bill to pay, so they're gonna charge you whatever they're gonna charge you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna pay it thinking you're getting a good service.
Right.
So it's like I ain't got nothing to do with God and ministry. Ain't got nothing to do with that. That's why I tell people all the time. I said, no, this is not a gospel industry. No, this is a music industry that happened to have a gospel genre, just like rock, blues, jazz. Those are all genres. It's still one industry, music industry, but there's different genres.
Different genres. Mm-hmm.
That's it. So you just gotta pray to God, and have some discernment that the person that's working your record is a person of a good character. They're saved, or they don't have to be saved, but you have some discerning to know that they're doing right.
They're doing a good thing, right?
Right.
With your music, and they're not like just saying, "Okay, let's go."
Correct. Let me just make this quick dollar. Let me just make this quick money and move on. Right. Correct.
I don't know. I'm with y'all. I'm just stuck on. I don't know. This is sad though, but
it's the music industry, and that again goes back to your why. Because if you're only out here to make a killing and make some stellars, then you got to be ready for the industry.
That's true.
Now, if you're out here to do your ministry that God has given you, and prayerfully somebody heard your song and might get saved or delivered or whatever. Now, if you for the ministry part, okay, 100% do what you got to do. God got your back. Once you cross over into the industry side, okay, then now you need some discernment, because everybody out there ain't saved, because it's the industry, it's not church. So you got to be ready. You got to be ready for that. You got, and unfortunately, you have some saved folk out there that's like sharks.
That's right.
Come after you and try to get that quick money and move on to the next artist.
Right.
You're like, well, I done spent all this money.
Well, that's the thing. And the artists that you tell, like, this is not sounding right, and that you do need to go get vocal training, they go to the next person. And I say to myself, all you doing is wasting your money.
That's all you do is wasting your money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's all you do. Yeah. That's all you do is wasting money. I mean, if you got it like that, then hey, hey, do your thing. You got it like that. Yeah. Well, most of these artists out here, you know, is little budget that they can scrape up and put together. And I'm like, when they work with me, I stop you right in your tracks. I'm like, okay, you're not using your light money. We ain't taking no rent. You ain't doing none of that kind of foolishness.
Right.
No. You need to save up. Okay, let's save up a budget for your production. Let's save up a budget for that. Not money that you need to live. There's a whole different budget you need to save.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, you know, I hope that artists really listen to this. We're going to be blasting it, because they need to listen, and they need to understand what goes into being that successful artist.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just saying, oh, I just want some radio spins, and, you know, and getting mad at radio personalities because they won't play it, and being like, forget you. I don't have to, you know, deal with you. I'll go over here. You know, this is so childish.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. And then don't think you're gonna stream it, because you know how many streams it take to make $100. Well, I know you ain't talking about streaming it.
I know.
I mean, you can stream it if you want to, but trust me, if you're trying to make money, that ain't the way to go.
Nothing.
That ain't the way to go. You're gonna get some streams, and it'll help you get popular or something like that. But the dollars you get back from that,
not
add up.
So streaming is not for. I noticed that streaming is not for making no money.
No. No. Unless God blesses you and favor you that you get a hit song.
Right.
Streaming ain't the money part. It's not the vehicle for money. No.
Right.
Your vehicle for money is engagements, is bookings.
Yes.
Because just like we were saying earlier, I bet you if you go on Facebook and tell 50 of your friends to
Right.
buy my $1.99 single and tell them to put done when they're done, you're gonna see the power of social media. So that's gonna let you know that it ain't in the sales. That's not where your money. You need to go gig. You need to go do your performances. You know, if you're host, do some hosting of some concerts.
That's true.
Pay that way. Another thing is merchandise. Go get your little T-shirt that you can sell when you go do your concert. Sell your little T-shirt. Fans will buy that kind of stuff.
That's right. Yeah, I bought a Antoine Hilton shirt. That was at his birthday thing. He had them out there. I bought it.
There you go. People do that kind of stuff. So that's where your money is.
Yeah, but your T-shirt, I don't mean no harm. Shit, I don't think. You tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Should your T-shirt be with the CD just on it, like the box CD, and just say here?
It shouldn't, because there should be a purpose. If you're gonna do merch, there should be a purpose behind the merch. So, for instance, when we do merch with Harvested You with the record label, so of course the artist CD cover would be on the front. On the back of the shirt is a QR code.
Oh yeah.
So now the person can scan the QR code, which will take them back to the artist's website for more sales.
So it has to be a purpose.
It has to be a purpose behind merch. Yeah, it has to be a purpose. And then what's next for you as an artist? Okay, God forbid, if you're a singer, God forbid, and something happened to your vocal cords. What's next for you as a singer if that's your only means of income? Did you write a book?
Right.
Did you have merch?
That's right.
There's other things to do.
Right, it is. It's true.
So you have to look at, I call it succession plan. We do that in church. You know, one pastor dies, the next pastor takes over the church. So you need a succession plan for your ministry. What's next?
That's good. And some of us walk around here going, you do too much. No, don't tell me about it. I do too much. I do enough. I got a lot of places to pop. Go that way. Go that way.
A lot of eyes in the fire. Yeah, because listen, you get older, you ain't gonna be always gigging. You ain't gonna be always on the road. You ain't gonna be always playing. So you need to find, well, okay, what's the next thing I can transition? What I can pivot to? What's the next thing I can pivot to? You might have to start a business.
That's right.
So while you have the money coming in from gigging, you're investing it over there. Like, okay, well, when I eventually need to stop singing, okay, I got something over there that's building.
Right. Well, I like that.
Yeah, you have to. Some people transition to radio like you do. Some singers, okay, this starting to think, okay, well, let me start a little podcast. You know, okay, you have to think of what's next. Yeah.
You do. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's great to stay busy.
Oh, you need to stay busy. You need to stay, and prayerfully, I think this is the biggest one. Prayerfully, you're a good steward over the gifts and talents that God has given you. And by that, I mean, you done invested, you done bought a little house. You know, you got your life insurance.
That's right. That's right.
That's being a good steward.
That's right.
Because after 30, 40 years of singing, and you don't own nothing, that's not a good steward.
That's true. That's true.
That's not a good steward.
That's true. That moving though. I'm in the process of moving. That moving though, Marva.
That moving is. I've done that about 3 or 4 times. That's a murderous thing. I think I have one more move in me, and then I said that's gonna be it. I am done. But yeah, moving is not for the faint of heart.
No. So pray for me because I think this moving might be done. It might be it.
The last one.
I think this one gonna be it.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much for coming on.
You're more than welcome.
Yes.
Anytime.
Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to say to artists or just industry? Because Of course, that's another speech about how we don't stick together
Oh
in the
yeah, that's a whole
industry,
nother. That's a whole nother speech.
support each other.
We don't, and I mean, again, that's why I always preface it by saying this is a music industry.
Mhm.
Because if you come into the industry thinking this is a God industry, you gonna be sadly mistaken, and you might hang up your gift on a willow
Mhm.
tree because of the things you're gonna experience in this. So you have to come in with the right mindset that, okay, yes, God has given me this gift. I'm gonna use it for His glory. I'm gonna use it to build a kingdom. But at the same token, you're in a music industry that don't care nothing about the kingdom. But obviously, we need to use their
Right.
vehicles to get the word of God out. Because not every radio station is owned by a Christian.
Oh, that's a
So,
good one. That's true.
so yeah, you'd be silly to come in and say, "Well, I'm only gonna use people that's aligned with God and it's." No, you'd be silly to do that. Because that's just like you buying a car and say, I'm only going to use Shell gas. What if you drive through the wrong area and there's no Shell
Mm.
gas? You're not going to go to 7-Eleven?
Oh, that's good.
You need, wherever the gas is, when you start running out, you're going to get gas from, I don't care if it's called Mobile, it's called
That's
Circle, it's
right.
called,
It
you,
don't matter.
you
I
going to
mean,
go get
gas.
that gas, baby. You're going to go get that gas. So so you can't come in this industry talk about I'm only using saved people and all. No, 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 you cannot do that. You just have to pray to God to help you give you understanding and discernment of who to partner with. That's what you need to pray for. Because the wealth is no reason why the Bible said the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So that means some of the things coming to you don't come from the righteous. It comes from the
What?
wicked.
Yes, it does. It does.
It does. So if that's the case, you just have to pray and ask God for understanding and discernment that the person you're dealing with, if they're not from the kingdom, they're not saved, that they're dealing with you above board in terms of business.
Mhm.
So that's what you really got to pray for, just wisdom. Okay, everybody that say Lord, that's what the Bible said. Everybody that say Lord, Lord ain't, ain't saved. So don't get it twisted.
Don't
Don't
get
get
it
it twisted.
twisted. And listen,
There's
the
no,
ones that say I'm a
listen,
pastor, minister, don't get it twisted.
don't get it twisted. They'll walk right off that stage and walk right into a bar.
I've
So
heard
don't
about
get
them
yourself
too.
twisted. Oh yeah. Listen, baby, I just came off of a high holy convocation, high holy. And right as they said amen, they're like, well, okay, so where are we going to drink at? Where are we going? And I wasn't in a secular event.
Oh.
So, but you got to know your
Mhm.
purpose and know your why and your
That's right.
call and your
Right.
evictions. And I just put my hands up. I said, "Oh no!" I said, "I'm good. I'm going
Right.
home. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Right. Because you're
Peace."
responsible. God is holding you responsible.
You're responsible for
Yeah.
you, not nobody else in that circle. You're responsible for you. So that's why I said about the industry. You're responsible for you. So you can't walk around thinking everybody's going to be saying Lord, Lord, and some of them that say Lord, Lord. So yeah, that's what I
Marvelous.
would. That's if I'm gonna leave you with anything, I'm gonna say, with all your wisdom, get understanding, just like the Bible says. So you pray that God give you understanding and wisdom when you're talking about doing music ministry in the industry that we're in.
Mm. My God. So
That's the
you
big thing I
guys,
would say.
you heard it here today. Hey, Katrina, how you doing? Katrina Sanders done popped up in here.
Hey, Katrina.
So you heard it. You heard it. Please reach out to Marvin and Martin. Listen to me, Marvin. I'm just thinking about other topics that this is not enough.
not gonna.
Listen, just let me know. Listen, and y'all on here, Stephanie, Katrina. Listen, y'all tell your queen, tell your queen Alicia that she needs to be on WVTC TV network. When she ready, we'll put her on the TV network with her
Well,
show.
you didn't see that I am looking for anyone who wanted the show. Two people came to me. So actually,
Oh, really?
yeah. So it's funny that you saying this, because yeah.
Okay.
So
So yeah, we're
we'll
gonna talk.
talk.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
Hmm.
We're gonna talk.
Yeah. So she
We're
said,
gonna
"Good
talk.
sis." She said, "Hey, Dr. Martin." All right. So thank you so
We're
much
gonna make it.
once again
You more than
for
welcome.
coming on.
You more than
And
welcome.
anything we brothers and sisters. So
Yes.
anytime you need me,
Yes.
just let me know, and we're already gonna chop it up. And let me see.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back and bring Harvest with me.
Yes, because that's what I was going. I was looking at. So some people. Okay, so who do we have? We have Travell. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, Travell. Yeah, hey Travell. Yep. He's from the CHH world down in Texas. So yep.
Okay.
Hey Travell.
All right. So you do Christian hip hop?
Yeah, the label that Harvest is the CEO of is a Christian hip hop label. Yes.
Okay, because I do have someone to send you just to and I want you, her to let me know about what it is that it is. But thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a great week. We appreciate all that you
Thank you, my
do.
dear.
And your ministry ain't gonna do nothing but grow anyway. So that's not even like,
Amen. I received that.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And have a great night.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.
That is Mark and Christie. Yeah. So that was good, y'all. And I hope that you guys listen to everything. I really do hope that you I love you too, Katrina. Katrina says she loves us both. But I love you too. And I'm gonna get you on too. I have my things that I want to discuss that we're gonna bring you on to discuss and talk about. But I want to thank all of you guys for being in here tonight and chopping it up with Queen Alicia. I am Stephanie. Thank you so much for being in here tonight. All of you guys, Sharita, K. Janae, Pastor Del Bass. It got quiet in here. That's all I gotta say. It got quiet in here because again, we need guidance, and it's just not you guys. I'm also an artist. So again, he just said it's very important that the people that you surround yourself with gives you the guidance and gives you the tools that you need to be successful. So yeah, it gives me a lot of things to think about. All right. So make sure you're thinking about these things. I hope you jotted it down in your notebook. Shanique Siskro is going to be on tomorrow night. She is from a radio station in Atlantic City, and we'll be talking and chopping it up with her on tomorrow night. Once again, I want to thank you, and I want you to understand something. Always remember, there are those who are called by God into the ministry, and there are those who call themselves. So my question is, which one are you? Now, when you decide the one that you are, hopefully you're the one that God called. Now understand that he has equipped you to handle all of the things that Martin Christie was just talking about. That's what you have to understand. All right. Now, if it's raising money that you have a problem with, you're going to have to step into the next level and start raising money for your ministry. Because, like he said, those are two separate entities. You should not be using the same money that you have to pay your rent with trying to get your music serviced.
trying to get a promoter. Trying to get your videos done. So we have to say, okay, what should we come up with? You need people to donate money to you. You need people that's out there that's going to believe in your ministry to say, okay, I'm going to give you this amount of money. Okay, where do you have to go for to sing? What do you need? You need outfits. This is what has to happen. Someone that believes in you, that can help you to get to where God wants you to be. I think I told you the other day that I saw one artist did this. She was taking up donations, and she literally put up a calendar on Facebook as her post. And she said, pick a number. So let's say you got 1 to 31 on the calendar, right? That's the dates. Pick a number and donate that amount. She didn't care how much it was. So if you pick 23, you had to go donate $23. If you pick 5, you had to go donate $5. Some of us are afraid to put that on our post. He just said, okay, guess what? You'll see how many people are for you. If you post it tomorrow, I need for everyone to donate $1. We are so into looking at how many people are on our page, but we're not realizing that you should not be just tagging and looking at the people that's on your page. What about the people outside of your page? Then I told Martin that, yeah, well, when I was over there on TikTok, I noticed I paid money into a post. Let's say it's $5. If you go to TikTok and you do that, it boosts your awareness up, so people will come looking at your post. And it does it on social media, on Facebook too. So I did a post, and then I had all these people come to my post by paying $5, let's say a week. Well, guess what? People did start following me. That was outside of my page. Those are the people that you got to get in contact with. Those people that are outside. It's enough dealing with the people on your page. What about the people that's off of your page? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. You know, we sit there and we put flyers out letting those people know. Well, guess what? By now, if your music's been out, they've seen it. And if they haven't purchased it, guess what? It's time to move to the advertising on the outside of the page. Because fans are important. Your followers are important. I said the other day, I was literally going to go through my page and see people that have not been interacting with me. They don't need to be on my page. They don't need to be on my page being nosy. They don't need to be on my page saying, oh, I'm supporting you, when they don't do nothing to support. They don't comment. They just sit there. And I'm quite sure a lot of you guys have people that just come on your page and just sit there as well. They looking to be nosy. What is she up to now? What is she doing? But then when you ask them to spend $1, just $1, they can't do that. I mean, do y'all understand? $1 is not a lot of money. $1 is not a lot of money. People spend more than $1 on a soda. So we got to understand that it's the people outside. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, you know, when we do our lives, like, okay, like let's say for me, what I'm looking for on my lives is people who come onto my lives that don't normally come on. I love y'all. But the goal is to have people that I don't know on to my lives in chat. It's not to have the same circle of people on every time I go live. And I hope y'all understand that. Like, your goal as an artist should be to get people in that you don't know. Okay, you've already ministered to the ones that are on your page. What's next? How are you going to get the people that you don't know onto your page? Well, you can go out and do your bookings, just like Martin just said. You can go out and set up a table at a flea market and play your music. And right then and there, what are you doing? Connecting with people. The other day and last night, I was at Antoine Hilton's. He had a concert for his birthday, and I was there. Well, guess what? I connected with people because I was so busy talking to artists. I talked to at least about 4 artists, but because of that, I wasn't able to go and literally connect with other people that was just there. But that's what you want to do, because right then you're like, what's your social media? And you both are exchanging social medias. Boom. Now you have connected to another person, another source. Because you don't know who that person is. That person could be a person that does not mind sharing what you do onto their page. Because there's a lot of us out there, and I'm just saying, people jealous of you. People don't want to see you get successful. You'll be surprised at the people who work around you, or they rubbing shoulders. Oh, you my sis, or you my brother. And guess what? They do not want to see you successful. So it's time that we stop acting like they do when they don't. You support people. You support. I see Stephanie. Stephanie always supporting somebody. But my question is, and she doesn't worry about this, because we all know who is the leader and knows what we do and knows all about it. We all know that. But we have to start supporting other people too. It's the feeling is mutual. However, they said engagement is important on social media. So we have to start asking questions. I said that I was going to do a class, a webinar. I said that I was going to do a webinar. I've been saying that for like the last 3 months now. I was going to do a webinar, and the webinar was just going to be Facebook. Some of us don't know how to post on Facebook. We are clueless. We think that when we're in something, we're supposed to be tagging the whole United States. And guess what? The whole United States is not seeing it, because the person that you're tagging don't care to post it on their page. Some people, you can tag somebody, it goes directly to on their page. Other people that you tag, no, they're like, no, they have it set. I keep saying this to people. It is set. I do not want you tagging my folks on my page unless I approve it. But we continue to tag people. For what? If they was concerned about you, my God, if they was concerned about you, guess what? They would have purchased your music. We can't make somebody like us. I don't know why I'm talking about this tonight, because I was not meaning on doing it. We cannot make somebody like our music. We cannot make somebody like who we are. We can't make anybody do that. So we have to be careful. When people say that they like us or they like our music, then guess what? You should be buying it.
And if they haven't bought it by now, then what they said, it doesn't matter. You said something that if you liked it, you buy it. If I go to TikTok, my favorite store right now, and I go look at my Crocs, which I've been buying, right? And I say, I like that. Well, guess what I did? It was a reasonable price, so I bought it. It's just that simple. But when you got your friends that you say that you're friends, your family, blah, blah, blah. Well, family don't really be there for you anyway. When you have all of these people and they say to you, I like your song. Go ahead, girl. You singing it. You go. You doing it. Have you purchased my music? And they say no. My thing is, keep your opinion to yourself. That's what I would be saying in my head. I have family members that I know good and well they did not purchase to support Alicia Jones. They did not pay $2 to go get my Christmas single. I'm sorry. I'm just telling it the way it is. But we say we support each other when you couldn't pay $2 to get the music. So it's time for us to understand and not concentrate on the people that's on our page. I don't want to say they're done unless you get some new followers, but they pretty much is. They done. Keep posting and keep the routine going on, because sooner than later we need to get some new people onto our page. And if your page is crowded like my page, then you're going to have to go in, and they have this thing that says, it'll show you, and it says, it just lets you know the people who have been there, like basically you interact all the time with, versus the people that you have seen nothing about. Those pages could be hack pages. Those pages could be just deleted pages, duplicate copy pages. You got to remove those people out so that you could replenish and get new followers to come in. So now these followers, you never know, could say, wait a minute, I heard Stephanie B's music. I like that song. Where is she located? Let me see if I could get her in my church. Let me see if I could get her on my event. We got to be careful not to, stay bound to our page. Because I'm telling you, it's not those people there that you want to deal with anymore, because they should have been on you. It's the people outside that you got to get to. So how does that come? Oh, it comes by. Sometimes you got to do ads. You got to do ads. Right? Like I told you, I was over at TikTok and I did an ad with my song. So it was something. One of my posts or whatever. I forgot what it was. And I only paid $5 a week. And it tells you the amount of people that's going to come. And that's what happened. And they was hearting. And guess what? They was liking. And they was, not to say subscribing, but they were subscribing to my page. But when we just stay so consistent to the people that's on our page, it's time. God says we want a fresh amount of people. Get some new people in here. Get some newness. Family, you can't throw them to the curb. But other people that have not been interacting on your page, yeah, you could toss them to the curb and block them so they can't be so nosy. I just wanted to see what she was doing, really. You can block them and let them go over there on the side by themselves. Because your ministry is what's important. And again, we are about bringing people to Christ. We got to bring people to Christ. So, I don't know. maybe some of these people on your page that aren't interacting, maybe they're not even considering Christ, don't even want to talk about Christ. Christ is not the center of their attention. And you heard what Martin Christie just mentioned. He said a lot of these people at these radio stations, they are not with God. It's a business. You thinking all these people Christians. It's a business. You heard what he said. They all about making it, what did he say, $1 out of 15 cents. It's a business. All right, I'm done, y'all. That's all I gotta say. A lot of what he said, I've been knowing him for a while. Oh my God. I don't know why I want to say, probably around since COVID. But we don't talk that often because everybody be into their own thing. So we're going to be talking, and I just hope that you guys send him your music, see what he has to say about your music. I just want the best for you. And with that being said, I am going to go. I thank you. And again, every single thing that is said tonight, I hope you will not get offended, but I hope that you will build. And again, I'm an artist too. So when I'm talking to myself too. So I want you to build and do whatever he just said. He gave you a whole list of things and talked to you about a whole lot of things. Right? So thank you once again for listening to Chopping Up with Queen Alicia. I'll be on tomorrow night at 7:30. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night at 7:30. And that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, floating with me, because I'm tired. Y'all hear me tired. I'm going down now. Thank you so much for being here with Chopping Up with Queen Alicia. I love y'all. If nobody told you that today, you know I love you from the bottom of my heart. Talk to you when I talk to you. Have a great night.
Chopping it up with Queen Alicia, where every word is clear and true. From deep talks and open dialogue, join the conversation. Explore real relationships and pass the growth.
Yeah, chop it up with Alicia, the queen. This is the podcast you know you're gonna need, hun. Chop it up with Alicia J today. She's dropping them nuggets, the stuff you really wanna say on relationships, the situationships, married or single, and even if you wanna mingle. Chop it up with Alicia, the queen. Today, yeah.
Discuss hot topics and let your knowledge flow.
The queen. Let's chop it up.
Entertainment and yes and no. Every conversation is a good connection.